Hello and welcome everybody to CMLL 2004. This is episode 13. I'm Hijo de Amigo. Yeah, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to the series. Hello if you're watching this live on Twitch right now. Hello if you're watching this on YouTube in the future. Hello, how's it going there? Alright, yeah, I'm really excited for what we got coming up today. Well, I guess before I talk about any of that, it's WrestleMania weekend as I'm recording this. WrestleMania Night 1 is happening tonight. I'm not really a big WWE fan, but I know some people are. So, I hope it's good. Genuinely, I hope both nights are good and that the people that are into that, it's cool for them. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum or be a hater or anything like that. But yeah, aside from that, here in CMLL land, we've got some cool stuff going on. We are one show away from our Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view. So yeah, we're gonna run a Televisa show, and then we're gonna get straight to the pay-per-view. And speaking of the pay-per-view, on the last stream I did, I was kind of trying to play it cool, I was trying to be coy, and I kept booking matches and being like, oh yeah, this guy is gonna have a match on the pay-per-view, this guy is gonna have a match on the pay-per-view, but I didn't want to reveal the pay-per-view card. I was trying to leave some mystery for the viewers, but I feel like that kind of didn't work, because then the whole stream I didn't have anything to talk about. I was setting up matches, but I wasn't saying what the match I was setting up was. So yeah, we're gonna call that a failed experiment. And that being said, here, get ready for the grand reveal of the Leyenda de pay-per-view full match card. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm really loud right now. All right, but yeah, here's the pay-per-view card. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. So you see here, we've got a pre-show match planned. This is literally just 8 guys that I couldn't fit onto the main card. El Pantera, Ricky Marvin, Starman, and Ramstein, who I just randomly decided should turn heel. So yeah, he's there. And then on the Rudo side, we've got James Gibson, Zumbito, Arcangel de la Muerte, and Sangre Azteca. So yeah, it's going to be on the pre-show because unfortunately couldn't get these guys on the main card. First match on the main card, El Dandy versus El Canek. The legendary El Canek. No story here or anything. Literally just needed a tech masterclass on the card, and I figured El Dandy is really good, El Canek is really popular, should be a good match, hopefully. All right, and then we're gonna have to set this up tonight. We're gonna do a lucha de apuestas, and you see here it's the second match on the card. It's really low, but you'll understand why in a second. We're doing Los Delincuentes Japoneses, all of them, all 4 of them, versus Gran Hamada, Super Delphin, Great Sasuke, and Olympico. And yeah, the reason this match is so low on the card is because as much as I have been having fun with booking all these guys, Gran Hamada, I believe, is well known, and Great Sasuke, I think, is well known. Everybody else, oh well, and yeah, Nozawa is recognizable, but everybody else in the match is unimportant. So yeah, that's why this is so low on the card, even though it's in a Apuestas match. Yeah, high stakes here. High stakes. Who will get their head shaved or their mask removed? Yeah, very tense situation. Up next, we've got third match on the card, Los Invernales. So Avierno, Mephisto, and Super Crazy are going to take on Virus, Mystico, and Volador Jr. I'm planning on this being the Steal the Show match of the night. And I guess I'll just let you guys know now. The reason this match is happening is because I'm planning to have Virus go over Mephisto. Yeah, that'll lead in really nicely to the title unification we're trying to do between those two. So yeah, that's why this match is happening. Fourth match. We've got 5-on-5 action. Guerreros de Invierno, which is it's going to be Ultimo Guerrero, Rey Bucanero, and Tarzan Boy, teaming with Perioff Jr. and Damien El Terrible to take on the Technico team of Atlantis, Felino, Blue Panther, Lance Storm, and Vampiro. Again, this was kind of another match where it was just like, I've got all these guys that I need to get on the card. But, you know, Atlantis has been feuding with Guerreros de Invierno, and he has been teaming with Felino, so it makes sense for them to be there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I've got as justification for the match. Just, you know, we need to get all these people on the card. We can't leave Ultimo Guerrero, Rey Bucanero, Atlantis. We can't leave all these people off the card. And I just thought this would be a fun match to have. I'm not sure who I'm gonna book to win it right now. I'll think about it more later. All right, 5th match on the card. We're going to be running another special attraction match. I think that's what we're going to call it from now on whenever we're running a match where we're bringing in people from like New Japan or wherever. But yeah, you see here we've got the team of Psychosis, aka Nicho Millionario, teaming with Mexico's Most Wanted, Halloween and Damien 666, aka La Familia de Tijuana. A lot of nicknames and names here. And yeah, they're going against the New Japan team of Jushin Thunder Liger, Dragon Kid, and Heat. Yeah, we brought in Jushin Liger for the last pay-per-view. He teamed with Ultimo Dragon. I forgot who they wrestled. But yeah, I remember he did pretty well. He's got some popularity in Mexico. So yeah, I figured we'll just bring him back. And it'll give somebody for Psychosis, Halloween, and Damien 666 to wrestle. And again, Dragon Kid and Heat also have a little bit of popularity in Mexico, so that's why we ended up picking them out of everybody in New Japan to bring over. Plus, there's the added storyline element where Dragon Kid is a protege of Ultimo Dragon. So yeah, that can come into play in the future if we're gonna be booking him. And speaking of Ultimo Dragon, we're moving on to our 6th match on the main card, where the CMLL Middleweight Championship is on the line. Emilio Charles Jr. is defending against Ultimo Dragon. We're probably going to belt up Ultimo here. You know, if anybody was waiting in suspense, like, oh man, I hope Emilio Charles Jr. defends. Sorry. But yeah, we're going to belt up Ultimo Dragon. He's really popular. We almost gave the belt to Great Sasuke, which I feel a little bad about, but I had a look at his safety and consistency stats and decided that Ultimo Dragon would be the better choice. So yeah, congrats to Ultimo Dragon, one of the GOATs. Then that brings us to our next match, the 7th match on this card. This is our biggest card yet, like literally in terms of matches. I feel like we're gonna have to give this card 3 hours. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. CMLL Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Mr. Niebla. That's Fogman for the gringos out there. Defending against Dr. Wagner Jr. Again, we're going to definitely belt up Dr. Wagner Jr. Nothing against Mr. Niebla, but he just doesn't have the best stats in the mod. And Dr. Wagner Jr. is definitive. He might very well be the best guy on the roster, like not one of, just the best. So it makes sense for him to have a championship. All right, and then our 8th match on the card, a non-title, what do we call this? And just a non-title match. El Hijo del Santo will team with LA Park to take on the debuting AAA flunkies, Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilar. Yeah, we had Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilar. They kind of showed up. I would say, I would liken it to Scott Hall and Kevin Nash showing up in WCW, where we had them just show up out of the blue and kind of interrupt what was going on. And yeah, we're gonna keep doing that on this next show until the pay-per-view. They're gonna debut and immediately go into a huge match with 2 of our top stars. I would like for Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilar to go over here. But we will see. I feel like Hijo del Santo surprisingly would be cool with putting them over. LA Park, probably not. But yeah, again, we will see. And then of course, the last match, the 9th match on the card, is going to be the finals of the Leyenda de Plata tournament. It's going to be Negro Casas and Pirata Morgan, who have already qualified, taking on the two well, yeah, we're not going to reveal the next two people to qualify. We're going to leave a little bit of intrigue there. And yeah, it's going to be a four-way cibernetico for the Leyenda de Plata tournament. So yeah, there goes your full pay-per-view breakdown. But before we get to that, we've got to book this episode of Televisa. So yeah, we're going to do that first. I'm not going to run down this card because we're about to book it. But is there anything else we need to do first? I want to turn Vampiro heel, but we might just wait until after the pay-per-view to start doing that, because we're not going to turn him on the pay-per-view. I think, yeah, we're just gonna wait till after the pay-per-view. It's fine. I don't, I'm not sure what we're doing there. And then this is just something I caught in the manual, the in-game manual. Successful gimmick changes can reset poor momentum. We have a lot of people on our roster with bad momentum. So yeah, we're going to have to start trying to get some gimmick ideas and see if we can bring them back to neutral that way. So yeah, I just had to write that down so I didn't forget it. Okay, let me see something actually. All right, yeah, I think we're good to go. So without farther ado, let's advance and book this CMLL on Televisa show. Nobody's getting the night off. We're heading back to Arena Puebla. Oh, that's a lot of points. 195. Holy shit. Shout out to our creative team. All right, let's see. I know I just said we want some gimmick ideas, but we also have the pay-per-view coming up, so I feel like some creative finishes could also help us. So let's try to get, some finishes and some gimmick ideas. Likely to succeed. I was hoping for something better. Let's try gimmick. A big gamble, not good. All right, let's go for a finish. Got the pay-per-view coming. A bit of a gamble, no, nothing useful. All right, we've got 40 more points. We can get an angle, storyline, or character. Let's go for an angle idea. A safe bet. All right, that's pretty good. All right, Nato Casas has been passing on mic tips to Ricky Marvin. Cool, I like that. Love both those guys. Training. Tireblas Jr. and Arcangel de la Muerte getting into a huge row or something. Yeah, they're rudos in real life. All right, and I guess that was it. All right, Televisa time. I think last week, let me see. I think I forgot to put, yeah, for whatever reason, I had Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilla debut on this Televisa, and then on this one, I just didn't fucking book them. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if I just forgot. I did give them a promo on Super Viernes, but yeah, they definitely need to be on this show. Yeah, I can't believe I debuted them and then forgot to put them on the TV show. Like, what am I doing? All right, let's get our matches first, though. All right, we've got Leyenda de Plata first round action. It's gonna be Shocker taking on Universo 2000. I'll give this like 13 maybe. And yeah, yeah, I'm sure you guys saw me choose those two people and knew already who was going over, but surprise, Shocker's gonna win. We're gonna give him a clean win. We're gonna do a 2-1. Nothing too surprising or shocking here, pun intended. Yeah, Shocker's going over and advancing to the finals of the tournament. I gotta keep bringing that up, just in case I'm annoying enough about it. All right, and then this next match is going to be the final first round match of the tournament. Pero Aguayo Jr. will be taking on Felino. Fun fact about this match: this actually was the finals of the Leyenda de Plata 2004 tournament. So you know, kind of a bit of an homage to what happened in real life here. And it also works out because Perogua Jr. is obviously he's feuding with Negro Casas, and Felino is Negro Casas's brother. So yeah, I didn't book this match because of that, but after the fact, I realized that you know, I was like, oh, that's his brother, right? So yeah, kind of worked really well for us. Makes me look really good here. We're gonna give him 15, or you know, that's a little long actually. We'll give him 13. All right, yeah, Felino's gonna go over. Psych. Pero Jr. is obviously advancing to the finals. Again, we're gonna give him an open match. Yeah, we're gonna do 2-1 comeback, but we're gonna have it be a tainted win. So Pero Jr. somehow, some way, maybe he grabs the tights, maybe he low blows behind the referee's back or something. Yeah, he's gonna cheat, and he's gonna pick up the win over Negro Casas's brother Felino. All right, and with that match being booked, we can now book an angle that I've been wanting to do. So yeah, Pero Jr., you know, he's been showing a lot of attitude lately. He's been really pissed off ever since he lost the apuestas match to LA Park. He's been mad at LA Park. He's been mad at Negro Casas. So yeah, we're finally gonna see him kind of cut loose and let out some of that aggression. After the match, he's gonna continue attacking Felino. So yeah, I imagine, you know, Perogua Jr. cheated to win the match, so maybe you've got Felino kind of arguing with the referee, trying to tell him, like, come on, man, he was holding the ropes, you know, or something like that. And then Perogua Jr. is just gonna attack him from behind and, you know, start laying into him. He's gonna rip his mask. We're gonna see Felino a bit bloodied up. And this is gonna go on until Negro Casas is gonna run out there to make the save. So yeah, we'll have this be 1 minute. And then we're gonna have a second part. We're gonna give them 4 minutes. We'll call this foreshadowing. And yeah, we're gonna have both of them speaking here. And essentially, Negro Casas is gonna be like, you know, Pero Jr., I've given you chance after chance after chance, and I have tried to be so understanding with you, and I've given you so much, but it's clear to me now that there is no hope for you. There is no coming back for you. You are simply like, I don't know, he's gonna just, you know, kind of call him a bad person. And Pedro Jr. is essentially gonna laugh it off and say, like, Negro Casas, you know, you don't understand. You haven't been listening to what I've been saying these past few weeks. I don't give a shit what you think about me. You're an old man, just like like half the locker room back there. And it's not your time anymore. It's not your company anymore. It's time for you to step aside and make way for the real stars like me, Pedro Jr. Also, I think definitely no. Oh, it doesn't show it here. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, we've been building up this heel turn for 17 segments now. Um, I really wanted, I really wanted to hold off on turning him heel to have him do the turn at the pay-per-view. I thought it just would have been cool, but I'm kind of scared that, because it's going to be teased during the match, so that's 18. It's going to be teased during the promo, that's 19. If we have like Negro Casas or LA Park cut a separate promo and they mention him, that's another tease, so it'll be 20. He's probably going to get a promo on the pay-per-view that's going to be 21. So I'm kind of scared that we might tease the heel turn for too long and then it's going to go bad. So I feel like we've got to do it here, unfortunately. Which, I mean, it's right before the pay-per-view, so it's fine. But yeah, ideally we would have done it on the pay-per-view, but we're gonna play it safe. I don't I don't want the heel turn to fail, you know? So yeah, Peroga Jr. will officially be a heel now after this. Do we have an angle idea? This is kind of a big deal. Yeah, we're gonna use the, or should we save the safe bet actually for we're gonna do an angle of Santo, LA Park, and Hector Garza and Mr. Aguilla. No, we're gonna use it on this. All right, this is major. This is a big deal. All right, speaking of major, let's book our main event. Doing 2v2 Lucha Libre. It's going to be the team of El Hijo del Santo and LA Park. Taking on Ultimo Guerrero, not Dragon Guerrero, and Pirata Morgan. This is pretty much just a match for the sake of having a match, you know? We, like I've said before, we've got to, we're trying to get all of our like major stars and stars on every show essentially. So sometimes you just gotta book a match like this where it's just like, look, man, we need a main event. Ultimo Guerrero, Pirata Morgan, get out there. And I imagine you could play off the history and the past feuds between Santo and Pirata Morgan, and we just had LA Park feuding with Ultimo Guerrero not long ago. So yeah, it makes sense in that capacity. But yeah, anyways, with all that said, we're gonna have Hijo del Santo get the win here over. I know Pirata Morgan is in the tournament finals, but we're gonna have him take the loss here too. Just because I don't. Yeah, I just don't think that Ultimo Guerrero needs to be the one to take the loss. Here, we'll have him make a heroic comeback for the win. Yes, this is gonna be our main event. 15 minutes. We got 3 major stars plus Pirata Morgan. All right, and then after that, we're gonna go into this angle here. We're gonna have El Hijo del Santo. He's gonna, or him and LA Park are gonna begin to do the traditional end of the show babyface or heel or root, or I'm sorry, technical or rudo promo. I'm getting my terminology mixed up here. Yeah, they're gonna be once again interrupted by Hector Garza and Mr. Aguila. And yeah, they're basically just gonna come out and kind of be dicks and antagonize Santo and LA Park to the point where LA Park is gonna be like, look here, you little shits. How about this? You guys want to come out here every time we're talking and mess with us? How about at the Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view, us versus you guys in the ring? So yeah, that's how we're setting up that match. You know, he's like, I've seen you guys doing a lot of talking, but I haven't seen you guys wrestle at all. So what's up? Shorten this actually. No, we'll do storyline. Also, for some reason in my head, I imagined that LA Park would be the one to challenge them to the match, but we're gonna have Santo do it because he's got the better mic skills. And Hector Garza has to talk, so please do your best. No tienes miedo of the promo. So that's gonna close out the show. Although, is anybody? Okay, so far nobody's being overused. That's good. All right, with all that booked, we've got 25 more minutes to book. So let's. That was all the important storyline stuff, pretty much. So let's see what other things we got planned. All right, yeah, we're probably gonna give Pedro Bao Jr. like a 2-3 minute promo. We'll give Shocker. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong show. Actually, it's just leaks. All right, although we should probably give Shocker a promo. Or well, he cut a promo last week. I think it's fine. We're definitely gonna give Pedro Bao Jr. a promo. Oh yeah, and I was planning on giving Los Invernales a win. So let's book that. Surprisingly, no 6-man tags here. Should we turn? Maybe we should turn this into a 6-man. Let's do that. You know, we are a lucha libre company after all. We can't have a show where it's just tags and singles. That would be sacrilegious, blasphemous. Are you guys impressed by those big words? All right, so let's get Avierno, Mephisto, and Super Crazy taking on the team of Starman. Who else was it? Oh right, it was Starman El Pantera. And you know what? Can you? Oh, he's got consistency. Let's go. Ramstein. Hell yeah, our boy. We might turn him heel in the pre-show match on the pay-per-view, which is pretty funny. I literally just saw this guy on the roster and I was like, there's two. It's like almost all of our like young like wrestlers who like are being trained and stuff. I think nearly all of them are baby faces. Maybe like Theano Jr.'s the Rudo. I'm not even sure. But yeah, I decided we needed to turn one of them Rudo, and Ramstein is the one that we picked. So yeah, shout out to Ramstein. I've never, I don't think I've ever seen this guy in a match in real life. Should probably look him up at some point. All right, why am I rambling about Ramstein? We're gonna give Mephisto the win. They're Rudo, so why would be a tainted finish? Cool. Oh right, and we need to set up our apuestas match. Holy, that would have been really bad if I forgot that actually. Let's see. All right. We already know by this point that none of these guys have promo skills. Not a single one of them can cut a decent promo. But yeah, they have to talk anyways because we're setting up this match. So let's just do it. How should we set this up? All right, maybe let's say it's like this. We're gonna have Shelly Martinez backstage with talking to Gran Hamada, Lord help us. And we're gonna have Super Delphin there. Or you know what? She's just talking to Gran Hamada. All right, and then we're gonna with that. Yeah, we're making that a 1-minute segment. That's probably a terrible idea. Yeah, we're gonna go into a second part here where Gran Hamada is gonna be attacked. But yeah, very original. He's gonna be attacked by not Nozawa. We're gonna have Nozawa talk though. Yeah, he's gonna be attacked by Big T, Yoshihiro Takayama. And you know, it's been a while since this happened, but Los Delincuentes Japoneses, they were kind of embarrassed by Gran Hamada. They kind of tried to punk him out, and then he kind of tricked them into having a match against Ultimo Dragon, Great Sasuke, and Super Delphin. And yeah, they haven't really let it go. So they're finally coming after him. We're gonna have some mercy on the old guy. It's not that old. It's like 50 something. And only have Big T be the one attacking him. And yeah, we're gonna have the other guys like Sasuke, Delphin, and Olympico come in to make the save. And yeah, basically Nozawa is gonna say that, you know, you embarrassed me and we haven't forgotten about it and we're not gonna let it go. And yeah, he's gonna challenge. He's gonna basically say like, "I'm gonna shave your head, old man," and challenge him to an apuestas. All right, that angle is for sure gonna do really bad, but we can't just have an apuestas match without at least trying to explain it. So yeah. Now we only need 7 more minutes. I'm gonna take masterclass here, just Fuerza Guerrera versus Arrayo de Jalisco Jr. That is extremely random. I definitely just kind of looked to find 2 tech people that we haven't had wrestle. But, you know, why don't we do this, actually? Since we're planning on doing El Dandy versus El Connect at the pay-per-view, why don't we do El Connect beating Fuerza Guerrera here? Just kind of set that up. I give him 10 minutes. I'll connect to be the victor. Clean win. And we're going to do at ringside El Dandy. So yeah, the legendary El Connect overcoming the vile Rudo Fuerza Guerrera and his friend El Dandy. Nothing too fancy there. All right, and we're basically ready to run the show, although I know some key people are missing. Oh, Wagner. Oh, yeah, we should give Wagner a promo. Yeah, we should do something to set up Wagner versus Mr. Nebula. We should do something with Dragon. We've only got 5 minutes left. Okay, we're gonna have to make some of these matches shorter. And you know, I was thinking of giving Quiroga Jr. a separate promo before his match, but we'll see how much time we have. Let's just let's do this. All right, so we're gonna do a simple backstage segment where kind of just a face-off between the champion and the challenger, where Paco Alonso and Shelly Martinez will be there, and they're just gonna say like, yeah, officially at the pay-per-view, this is the match that's happening. God, should we let Mr. Nebula talk? I mean, he's got Riz. People don't even say Riz anymore, do they? Oh, how quickly we forget where we came from. All right, so that is that match is officially made. We're gonna do the exact same thing for Ultimo Dragon and Emilio Charles Jr. Are literally a repeat of the last segment, except this one will be worse because yeah, it's definitely gonna be worse. Who the hell should talk here? You know, maybe we just I was gonna say maybe we just don't do this, but I feel like I don't want to leave Ultimo Dragon off this show. God, this is gonna suck. All right, we'll do it anyways. Ultimo Dragon, background player. He's not gonna say anything. Emilio Charles Jr. Oh God. Paco Alonso will be there. Shelly Martinez will be there. Jesus, this is gonna be. Also, yeah, Mystico and Volador Jr. and like Atlanta, like a bunch of dudes are off this card, but you know, this is just the go home show to the pay-per-view where I tried to get as many people as possible onto the card, so I think it's fine if some people miss this one show. But we are gonna have a backstage segment with Nicho and Million Audio. Where we're gonna Shelly Martinez is pretty much gonna inform them that they're gonna be wrestling Jushin Liger, Dragon Kid, and Heat at the pay-per-view, and they're gonna cut a promo about it. All right, we're over our time now, but yeah, we'll adjust later. Is there anything else I want to book? You know what? I don't think Peroba Jr. needs a solo promo if he's gonna be involved in that angle. So I think this is fine. We just need to put things in order and actually, and yeah, cut 1 minute. 1 minute from this. Okay, let's see. You know what? Let's swap these. All right, and I think that's going to do it. The bar is still yellow. Oh, we keep forgetting to make this a steal the show match. Thank you for telling me, game. You know, I'm looking at this match now, and I'm like, you know, one of these guys could be Volador Jr. or Ricky Marvin. Although I do, yeah, let's get sorry, Ramstein. Let's get him out of there. My bad, bro. My bad. Here, we're gonna get Ricky Marvin in there. You know what? Why not? Let's book a pre-show match. We'll keep it to 3v3. All right, let's do, well, Místico is not on the show, so we'll do Místico, Volador Jr., and let's do the Great Sasuke. Why not? Yeah, normally we use these pre-show matches to book kind of the lower card guys that need experience, but we've got some heavy hitters left off the card this week. Let's see, who are the biggest people here? Oh yeah, right. Well, Wagner has a promo. Here, we'll have him wrestle Tarzan Boy, Sangre Azteca, and Zumbito. Kind of a weirdly stacked match for being on the pre-show in a way. Let's give Místico the win over his great rival, Zumbito. Or you know what? No, I feel like Zumbito's been taking a lot of losses lately. Let's have him go over Tarzan Boy. Fuck it. It's the pre-show. All right, so that is going to do it for this episode of CMLL Televisa. You know, even if this isn't like the best show we've ever booked, it's leading into a pay-per-view that I hope is going to do really well. So yeah, regardless of what this show gets, I should be satisfied, unless it like bombs, you know. What did we do last week? A 76. 75 the week before that, 76, 71. All right, I don't know. Let's say we're shooting for like a 73. Let's be modest. All right, pre-show match: Mystico, Volor Jr. and Great Sasuke pick up a win over Tarzan Boy, Sangre Azteca, and Zumbido. Volor Jr. doing better than Great Sasuke and Mystico. I'm kind of surprised. Volor Jr. high key really good. High key should be getting the Mystico push. All right, and starting off the official TV show. In our tech masterclass of the evening, El Canek defeats Fuerza Guerrera, the Mayan warrior, going over. God, I'm all El Canek pilled because I watched a video about him. Shout out to Let's Talk Lucha on YouTube. They have a good video about El Canek. Please watch it. All right, the segment setting up Emilio Charles Jr. and Ultimo Dragon gets a 35. You know, I didn't think about the fact that all these bad segments are gonna lose, the storylines are gonna lose heat. Oh no, and this one definitely. God, it's gonna lose heat. Oh man. We're just gonna power through. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Shocker. Yeah, Shocker versus Universo 2000 gets a 62. Solid match here. Shocker goes over and advances to the finals of the Leyenda de Plata. All right, you know what? This is the best segment we've probably booked with Los Delincuentes Japoneses in the whole time they've been here. So I guess that's something, right? I feel like usually when we book them, they're in the yellow numbers, but this got a 43. That's pretty good. The storyline lost heat, of course. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep lying to myself and say that's pretty good. All right. We give them a little bad, we give them a little good. Los Infernales taking on the technical team of Starman, El Pantera, and Ricky Marvin. Gets a 67. Solid performances here. Of course, we had to put over the Bruto team. Heading into the pay-per-view. All right. This match got the crowd buzzing. All right, in the backstage segment with Wagner and Mr. Nebla gets a 57. Again, losing the storyline heat. This is really annoying. I wish we had I wish Shelly Martinez had really good mic skills or something. We need some kind of good backstage interviewer. Although I feel like I've checked and there's not really anybody that good available right now, unfortunately. But anyways, it's got a 57. Oh no. All right, well, Perogao Jr. defeats Felino in a match. He advances to the finals of the Leyenda de Plata. I got distracted because I got a text there. But yeah, the match only gets a 64 because the two don't click, which is really unfortunate because these are two solid these are two solid guys usually. So a bit disappointing here. All right, let's see what the angle does though. Surely it'll do better than this. All right, 71 for the angle where Perogao Jr. finally turns heel. Yes, we're finally doing it after teasing it for what, 17, 18, 19 segments, I guess, at this point. We're finally gonna do it. The angle gets a 71. Thank God we had that angle idea. All right, and the turn's a complete success. Yeah, I really would have liked to wait and Because I wanted to do it at the pay-per-view, but I really was scared that we were gonna we were gonna overcook it and the turn would do poorly. So yeah, we had to do it here. I'm glad it worked out. All right, this backstage segment with Nicho, A Million Audio, Damien 666, and Halloween gets a 42. This has been a very up and down show, up and down. The matches have been good. The segments have been mostly bad. All right, well, at least our main event came through, a 78. That's got to be one of the best matches we've ever booked, right? Like probably in the top 5 maybe. But yeah, Hijo del Santo and LA Park pick up a big win over the Guerrero del Infierno team of Ultimo Guerrero and Pirata Morgan. LA Park was really off his game and the match deserved better color commentary, but it still was by far the best thing on the show. So yeah, shout out to everybody involved here. All right, yeah, and our show closing angle breaks the curse, gets the 73. I'm glad this did well, actually. I was a little worried that it wouldn't, but yeah. All praise, all hail El Hijo del Santo, our glorious leader, coming through with the 73. Although he did improvise poorly. He improvised poorly, but also did a masterful job of improvising. What's that about? Wow. Wow, a 77? Huh? Huh? How? We a 35, a 43, a 57, 42. How did we pull this off? Wow, yeah, the Wow Junior heel turn and the main event and the last angle really carry this show because man, we don't deserve this number. But yeah, yeah, Ultimo Guerrero and Santito masterclass. Exactly. You put your best guys in the main event, and that's what happens. People leave the show like that was a good show, even if everything before it kind of sucked. We made some money, gained a little bit of pop. Maybe the product is really main event focused. Yeah, that could be it too, actually. Although also I'm saying that everything on the show sucked, but really all the other matches were pretty solid too. They were all kind of in like the 60s. So yeah, I guess it's not that crazy. CM Punk going on a rant in 2004. He's getting ahead of ahead of things. He knows who he is already. A whiner. Let's see what happened in ROH Reborn. Samoa Joe defeated Brian Kendrick to retain the world title. Joni Lawler, China, defeated Just Incredible Homicide and Dan Maff. All right, that's a cool match. I guess out of all the names here, you would put over China, right? I guess you're not going to put over Just Incredible. BJ Whitmer defeated Bryan Danielson and John Walters. Ugh. Second City Saints, that's Colt Cabana and CM Punk, defeated Chad and Nigel McGuinness. Oh, Trent Acid and the Briscoe brothers. That's a cool team. All right, yeah, so CMLL on Televisa went good. Yeah, it's time for us to advance. Is the pay-per-view? It's Sunday. When is the pay-per-view? Oh, right, it's next Friday, right? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the AEW stream where we're also going to book a pay-per-view. I think that one is on a Saturday or Sunday. All right, so let's advance. I guess while we're advancing, I can talk about this. I was looking around at some stuff before the stream, and I noticed that All Japan Women's Wrestling is they're in the red in terms of their money. And now, even though we don't have a women's division, I'm well aware of this. And you know, I've talked in the past about how I would maybe book women. It's just there's not that many that are all that great out there. But if, let's say hypothetically, if we were to buy All Japan Women's Wrestling, they don't have a TV show, unfortunately. But we would absorb their pop, which they're definitely more over than us in Japan. I'm pretty sure in Japan we don't have anything. But it would be cool if we could get some popularity in Japan and start airing our shows there. I believe right now we're only airing in Mexico. So, something to think about. I also had a look at, let's see. I had a look at the broadcasters. Coverage in Japan. Okay, yeah. You see, All Japan Women's Wrestling has a deal on Fighting TV Samurai Tier 2. But, let's see. Alright, yeah. If you look at their requirements, one of them is the company must be based in Japan, and one of them is that we're not meeting the popularity requirements. What I'm wondering is, if I buy All Japan Women's Wrestling and absorb their TV deal, will they kick us off because we're not based in Japan, or do we get to keep the deal? Because I know it said they didn't have a TV show, but no, we can't see what this deal is. They have a tour highlights deal, so we could use that for Super Viernes. And assuming that this not being a TV deal means it's an event deals, we would be able to show our pay-per-views in Japan. So if we got to keep the deal, it might be a good idea to buy them, actually. Also, we've got Japanese wrestlers. Like, we've got Ultimo Dragon, Grand Hamada, Great Sasuke. We've got a bunch of Japanese guys. So yeah, it would definitely be cool if we could get a deal in Japan to kind of start building that popularity there. But yeah, I don't know if anybody knows the answer to whether or not we would get kicked off for not being based in Japan. Please let me know. Although most likely what I'll probably do is just off screen, I'll make a copy of the save and try it out and see what happens. Yeah, all that is to say that we might be buying All Japan Women's Wrestling soon and potentially starting a women's division. You know, they've got Awesome Kong, Ayako Hamada. We can do intergender matches and team up Grand Hamada and Ayako Hamada. That could be fun. There's also where? Let's see, where are they at? There's also, yeah, World Japan, who is in the red, but yeah, we don't even have this much money to buy them, which is unfortunate because they have a lot of popularity in Japan, actually. So that would be really good for us, but we would bankrupt ourselves, so we can't do that, unfortunately. Oh, July 19th! Shout out to my birthday. Also, Blue Demon Jr., Tony Mamalu, Rey Bucanero, the guitarist from Queen, I can't remember his name right now, John Jones from the UFC, fuck that guy, Lisa Lampanelli. I know a lot of people that have the same birthday as me. Spectacular Worm out injured. Who is Spectacular Worm? Is this like an auto-generated guy? I've never seen this guy in my life. Hello, Olivero Montero. Thank you for your nice words. Thank you. I'm glad people enjoy the series. If you look at the first episode, it's got like 900 views or something, and then there's a huge drop off after that. So, it's a little I don't even have a word for it, but it is nice to know that there's people out there who kind of continued watching the series and that I'm not just doing it for me. So yeah, thank you. I too love CMLL. All right, it's Thursday. We're gonna advance one. Oh God, Bruce Pritchard. I used to listen to the Bruce Pritchard podcast like years ago before I knew anyone's opinions on him, and I found it entertaining. But then it's like, the other guy, Brian Conrad, whatever, just so many ads on all of his podcasts. It just got to the point where I couldn't listen to any of them anymore. Like, I also like the Tony Schiavone one, but he would put fucking ads in the middle of sentences. It's just like, dude, this is too much. Like, this does not make me want to pay for this podcast. It looks like All Japan had a pay-per-view. That's cool. Good for them. All right, yeah, but it is Friday, the day of our Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view. Before we get to that, I am going to take a really quick break. I'm going to take 5, going to stretch my legs, drink some water and such. And when we come back, we're going to book the biggest show we've ever booked. 9 matches, 10 if you include the pre-show match. So yeah, literally the biggest show we've ever booked. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around for that. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Okay, I am back, and it is time for us to book our Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and take a look at what AAA. Oh, they got a 67. Okay, the main event was good though. The main event got a 78. Can we go to AAA's page? Step 1. All right, their last pay-per-view got a 71. So 71 is the number we're looking to beat, and to put it nicely, 71, child's play, bro. Child's play. We're about to cook them. We're about to cook them hard right now. 3 hours. Let's go. Oh, should we bring in a band? No, we're not gonna do that. It could be fun though. I didn't even know that was an option. We may do that in the future when we have more money. Bring in Los Tucanes de Tijuana. Right, 22,000. Sheesh. Let's see. We could go to Arena Mexico, or we can go to the Palacio de los Deportes, which has more seats, but it's not as prestigious. I think we're just gonna do it in Arena Mexico for now. Maybe one day we'll run a show there, but for now, let's stick to our home base. All right, we're gonna use this broadcaster, obviously. All right, everybody, it is a pay-per-view night. We need some good ideas here. Everybody close your eyes and focus. All right, I have to open my eyes so I can click this. Please, let's see something good. A safe bet for Il Dos Santo. I wanted the other guys to go over. Fuck. Let's get another one. A safe bet for Negro Casas. We might use that, maybe. He might win the Leyenda de Plata. You never know. All right, Blue Panther passing on psychology tips to Sombra de Plata. Chris Stone for creative finish. Oh, Alfonso Morales. I'm just going to say Morales. Got into it with Pereoff Jr. Weird. Why is the commentator having beef with one of the wrestlers? Osmo Guerrero and Felino are travel buddies now. All right. Camaraderie. You love it. Training. Vampiro, he's in a good mood tonight. All right. Look at that smile. Look at that heartwarming smile. Volador Jr. and Safadi getting on well backstage. Everybody's just in a good mood because it's the pay-per-view. Negro Casas has taken Maximo on under his wing. We've got a lot of guys with seemingly many proteges in this company, which is it can only benefit us, you know, so I'm cool with it. Brazo de Oro Jr. also passing on tips to Maximo, okay. Brazo de Oro passing on tips to Brazo de Oro Jr. Oh, nice. And we have the Inspire option. So we're going to go with this and we're going to get everybody fired up. Hey, everybody's buzzing with anticipation. All right, Leyenda de Plata time. Finally. It feels like I've been talking about this for months. Maybe not months. Weeks. What's up? All right, so we're gonna start from can I look at something actually? All right, I never mind. I can't find it. All right, so we're gonna work our way from the bottom of the card up. All right, first match on the card, one-on-one action. El Canek versus El Dandy. All right, El Canek is definitely the bigger star here, even though El Dandy, you know, he's more well known to US fans. But, you know, I want to give El Dandy the win here. I want to give him this win kind of as a thank you. He really saved our asses on the last show simply by being there. You know, and having a good match when he wasn't originally scheduled to be in the match at all. So yeah, as a way to show our gratitude, we're going to give him a win over the legendary El Canek. I'm going to call him the legendary El Canek every time from now on. It's going to be a tainted win. We're going to have El Canek be distracted by Fuerza Guerrera. And yeah, we'll put Fuerza at ringside. Oh yeah, so there's not really any stakes here in this match, just a tech masterclass for the sake of having one. El Dandy is going to get the win. Oh, he's extremely unhappy. Oh no. Oh no. All right, I got it. I got it. Tag team action. El Dandy and Fuerza Guerrera will take on El Canek and his partner. All right, Elkanek and Mascara Sagrada will take on El Dandy and Fuerza Guerrera in this tag match. All right, Fuerza Guerrera. All right, loser to be Mascara Sagrada. Of course. Why would El Connect take the loss? You know, he's the legendary El Connect. He's a bit unhappy. All right. Oh, and immediately we're wasting no time. We're getting straight to business here. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't asked anyone if they would be comfortable having their head shaved. So let's go ahead and do that actually. Nozawa, our boy. You're like a punk rock guy anyways. You can look cool with a shaved head. All right, so Nozawa seems willing to do it, and so he will be the one to have his head shaved. Yeah, I said before that it would kind of suck if during this feud we were never able to give Los Delincuentes Japoneses a win over the other guys, but yeah, we tried it and Grand Hamada just was not having it. And if Grand Hamada's not having it, I'm sure that Great Sasuke and Ultimo Dragon are also not going to put them over. So a bit unfortunate, but you know, they're Rudos. If you're a Rudo, you gotta lose. They're bad guys. Who wants to see the bad guys win? Right? Right? And actually, can we we're gonna have to create a match. 4v4. We're gonna do how do we do elimination rules? Elimination, boom. Let's go ahead and also shorten the entrances. Can't have elimination rules if there are only two, but it's teams. Total elimination? Can't have the... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Does total elimination... Let me see. All right, there we go. I think we did it. All right, need a sip of water there. 4v4 Cybernetti go. All right, so we know that the final elimination, having their head shaved, will be Nozawa. Oh wait, you know what? All right, we're gonna have Grand Hamada and Great Sasuke both. Or should we have Grand Hamada be like the sole survivor? Yeah, let's do that. So 6th elimination, Nozawa. 5th, Big T. 4th, Great Sasuke. The 3rd, I don't know. Let's do Super Dolphin. Wait, no, let's do third, Minoru. Second. Wait, oh, I forgot about Mazada. Oh, god damn it. Why am I? God, I cannot. All right, all right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We're gonna do it the other way. First elimination, Olympico. Second elimination, Mazada. Third, Super Delphin. Fourth, the Great Sasuke. Oh wait, no. Fourth, Minoru. Fifth, the Great Sasuke. Sixth, Big T. And seventh, Nozawa. Wow. That was fun to book. Right, and just so the game is totally sure of what we're doing here, Gran Hamada to be the victor. He's not gonna get eliminated. Okay, should we make this an open match? I don't think this kind of match really needs that. Do we have a Gran Hamada creative finish? No. Can we look at these two real quick? Extremely old school. Oh, he doesn't. I'm looking to see if he has, the agents, whatever, the agent attributes. No, neither of them have it. All right, so it doesn't really matter. So Blue Panther can do it. All right, there is our apuestas match for the night. It took so long to book that match. I feel like I was caught in the vortex. All right, next match, our Steal the Show. This is going to be a lot more simple. Or a lot more simple, a lot simpler to book. Shout out to all the English teachers out there. Avierno, Mephisto, and Super Crazy. We're going to take on the technical team of Místico, Volador Jr., and Virus. And a match where they will steal the show, and Virus is going to pick up a big win over Mephisto. We're gonna do open match. Let's do Flash Pinfall. You know what? Actually, they're baby faces. Let's have it be a comeback. I don't know if comeback versus non-comeback matters at all to the score of the match, but it matters, like, it matters narratively. You know what I'm saying? It matters to the narrative. The narrative matters. All right, our next match. We got 5-on-5 action. This thankfully is not a Cibernetico. We will be booking a 5-on-5 Cibernetico in the AEW series tomorrow, though, so look forward to that. If you're not watching that series, you should be. All right, yeah, but this is just gonna be a one-fall match. All right, I'm gonna do this off of memory. We've got Atlantis, Felino, Blue Panther, Lance, Storm, and Vampiro taking on Ultimo Guerrero, Rey Bucanero, Tarzan Boy, Perioff Jr., and Damian El Terrible. Hey, Memory Jones over here. I remembered the people in the match. All right, you know, 10 minutes is probably a good time for this match. There's no like big storyline going on here. This is literally just, hey, these are a bunch of guys that should be on the card. Who, you know what? We're gonna give the win to the Rudos, actually. We just had the Rudos lose on Televisa, so we'll give them their win back. Ultimo Guerrero is going to beat I don't know. The game can decide. He'll beat somebody. All right, let us continue. Oh. I forgot to borrow these guys from New Japan. Fuck. All right, all right, all right. Well, that's a bummer, actually. That's unforced error. Excuse me, era. What am I, from Brooklyn? All right, the match has been moved to to Televisa the following night because I'm stupid. Damn, that really sucks though, because these guys are really over, and this was definitely going to be a good match. I'm sad. Let's see actually, because yeah, I created the IWGP Alliance. Oh no, damn. Yeah, it's too late. That would be sick if in the middle of the show you can call them up on the phone and be like, "Yo, we need Liger." Send them. Man, I was too excited for my break. Forgot to borrow them. All right, but you know what? That's okay. We've got other cool matches, such as this one. Emilio Charles Jr. versus Ultimo Dragon. Let's see how long. The 1,223-day reign of Emilio Charles Jr. coming to an end. That is ridiculous. Did he really hold this title for that long? That's insane. Honestly, that's insane. But anyways, yeah, his title reign is coming to an end, and he's losing the championship to our major international star, Ultimo Dragon. Oh wait, let's do Lucha Libre rules. Of course, of course. It's a title match. And I mean, yeah, I think 13 is a good amount of time for this. All right, so everybody say congratulations, Ultimo Dragon, all at once. Congratulations, Ultimo Dragon. All right, I hope we nailed that. Yeah, he's just gonna beat him clean. Have no good yeah, I have no good creative finishes for the show. That's not ideal. But you know what? We're not here to complain. We're here to book. We're here to book. All right, heavyweight title on the line. I should here, I should do this. Somebody listening to Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado outside. I love that song. Promiscuous girl, wherever you are. Such a banger. Give this 14 minutes. And yeah, 2 title changes in a row. Dr. Wagner Jr. going to win the CMLL Heavyweight Championship. Not quite as prestigious as the Middleweight Championship, but hopefully, you know, with it being held by Dr. Wagner Jr., it'll gain some prestige. You know what? He's a Rudo. We'll give him a tainted finish. All right. I believe we're up to the co-main event. Yes. This is sure to be a really good match. El Hijo del Santo and LA Park taking on the debuting AAA Invaders. Hector Garza, not the tag team, the Invaders. Hector Garza and Mr. Aguila? How do you pronounce it? Okay, but yeah, it's the debut for these guys. Let's see. All right, 60, 61. He's obviously not as popular as them, but I'm hoping they'll put them over. Because that's what's happening. I'm not gonna have them lose right now. Their debut. Should we have them cheat somehow? What if? Well, I got excited for an idea for a second. I was thinking, what if we had Nicho Millionario interfere or something? But then we would have to like kind of tie him up with them, and he's already doing stuff with Damien 666 and Halloween. So I mean, then again, it could be cool. It could be cool. He is really over. It wouldn't hurt them to be paired up with him. All right, here, let's do this. Hijo del Santo distracted by Nicho Millionario. How about that? Extremely unhappy. Oh no. Oh god. Oh. LA Park to be distracted by Nicho Millionario. Okay. We're gonna talk. They're both insecure. Come on. All right, we're gonna talk to Santo. How would you feel about I'd be very unhappy. Okay, I would like you to consider putting over. I'm not interested in agreeing to put anyone over. God. He's big leaguing us. Damn you, Santo. Do I have both of them on exclusive written contracts though? Like, can they not quit? Because if that's the case, we can just book the match anyways and then give them a big bonus afterwards. Oh, talk to worker. Well, I got so confused for a second there. These guys. All right, you know what? Whatever. LA Park distracted by Nitro Million Audio. LA Park to lose. Fuck you, LA Park. Oh, you don't want to lose this match? You should have thought about that all those times you emailed me about Zumbito, you asshole. You should have thought about it then. Also, I'm now remembering, I don't think we actually booked Nozawa to get his head shaved. Yeah, so we're gonna have to give him a bonus. He's doing it for $1,000. Why are you lowballing yourself, dude? I'll give him like 5 grand, but him willing to do it for $1,000 is so funny. Pedro Guao Jr. acts for $6,000. $1,000. Right here. We'll give him the bonus now. 1,000. All right, Nozawa, you're our stinky little rat boy, you stinky little punk rock guy. I don't know why I assume he stinks. That's like a mean thing to assume about somebody, but I look at this guy and I'm like, he probably smells like the inside of an arcade. If anybody has ever been to Chinatown Fair, you know what I'm talking about. Chinatown Fair. Shout out to Chinatown NYC. That place has a distinct odor, I'll say. Yeah, it smells like DDR players and Street Fighter players and Tekken heads and King of Fighters players. Ooh. Right. 4-way cibernetico. Leyenda de Plata finals. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard thinking about how bad the arcade smelled. Right. Let's get our best hands on this. And I believe, yeah, Leyenda de Plata is a title, so let's go ahead and put it on the line. All right, Negro Casas, Pirata Morgan, Shocker, and last but certainly not least, Pedro Guao Jr. Right, and who's gonna get it? Who's gonna win the tournament? That's right, you guessed it. Pedro Guao Jr. The big reveal. Pedro Guao Jr. finally a full-fledged heel is going to win the tournament, honoring El Santo. And here we're gonna do first elimination will be Shocker. So there's gonna be a period in the match where Negro Casas has to fend for himself against Pirata Morgan and Pedro Guao Jr. Yeah, I said that, right? Negro Casas is gonna have to fend for himself against Peroga Jr. and Pirata Morgan. But miraculously, he's gonna fight back and eliminate Pirata Morgan. But yeah, in the end, he's going to be overcome by his old his old pupil, Peroga Jr. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have I think we have creative finishes for like Shocker and Negro Casas maybe, but not for Peroga Jr., which is unfortunate. But it's not enough to make me change the result of the match. Peroga Jr., he's kind of been the person we handpicked to get pushed since the start of the save. So yeah, I'm very happy we're finally here. We're finally booking this. Fun fact, again, in real life, he did win the 2004 Leyenda de Plata, and he turned heel right after. So yeah, I'm basically just booking what they were doing, except Pirata Morgan's here, and it wasn't a fatal 4-way. All right, so that's 127 minutes of lucha libre action we just booked. But yeah, we need to get some angles in here because this is just a solid wall of matches, kind of like an AEW pay-per-view. Hey-o. I mean, seriously, give somebody a promo every now and then. Let me go to the bathroom. All right, yeah, let's get some promos. I will do a backstage interview segment. We're only gonna give it 2 minutes, where Ultimo Dragon celebrates winning the CMLL Middleweight Championship. Shelly Martinez will be interviewing Dragon. And we're going to have the great Sasuke be in the background. And are they in a feud? I believe they are, so we'll do Emilio Charles Jr. off screen, even though... Or should we just have their match end the feud, actually? I don't know if that gives a bump. Well, we're not going to end the feud, actually. We'll probably just take Emilio Charles Jr. out of it at some point and put whoever the next challenger is going to be in it. So yeah, whatever. That's fine. And we're going to do the same thing for Wagner. All right, Wagner, a bit of a better promo, so we'll give him 3 minutes. For this one, instead of doing an interview style, I imagine Dr. Wagner Jr. would just come back there all hyped up and kind of just start cutting the promo, and Shelly Martinez would just be standing there. And yeah, we're going to have his boys with him. Even Apollo Dantes gets to hang out because it's a celebration. Dr. Wagner Jr. is the heavyweight champion. All right, let's get 3 minutes backstage. We're gonna call this foreshadowing. We're gonna give Pedro Aguado Jr. a promo. All right, we're gonna have him cut a real disrespectful promo where he's gonna vow to win the Leyenda de Plata only so that he can piss on the trophy. Because once again, he's like, you guys are stuck in your old ways. The Leyenda de Plata tournament doesn't mean anything. Why are we honoring El Santo? He's dead. Is he dead? He's just being a jerk. And we haven't talked about El Santo too, since it is the Leyenda de Plata. Okay, so we're gonna do a promo after the Santo LA Park tag, where basically Santo is gonna grab the mic after the match and be like, and ask the audience, like, you guys all saw what happened, right? You saw that these guys, we were robbed, they stole the victory from us. And he's basically gonna say, like, you know, people like Garza, Aguila, Nicho, Millionario, we don't need people like you representing CMLL. We don't need you representing Lucha Libre. And I guess we should also have them respond and kind of shit on him and call him old, I guess. That's kind of what we've been doing, right? We'll do 4 minutes. Santo's hot. He's hot. He's mad. Who has better? We'll let Hector Garza talk. I was gonna say who has better mic skills between him and Nicho, but I feel like we gave Nicho a promo before and it wasn't good. Yeah, real dramatic scenes after that match. All right, just before the main event, we're gonna have Negro Casas cut a promo where he talks about feeling sorry for his former protege Pedro Aguado Jr., saying that he's lost sight of his path. He's lost his way, and now he's going down the wrong path and he doesn't even realize it. And he tried to help him. He tried to steer him straight, but sometimes you just can't help people. Okay. We're at 142. Yeah, we should definitely do a post-match angle. All right, I gotta come clean here. I'm literally just straight up copying the angle that CMLL ran when he won the Leyenda de Plata. He's gonna cut a promo and he's going to. They give you like a Santo Black and I think a trophy. So yeah, we're gonna have him smash the trophy basically and kind of say, this is meaningless. I represent the future of this company, and we're not going to be stuck in the past and held down by tired traditions and whatever any longer. All right, and should we have all the other people, I guess, there too? Or I guess Shocker and yeah, Shocker and Pirata Morgan don't need to be here. And we're gonna add a second part to this. It'll be a surprise. Yeah, we're gonna do. Here, we're actually just gonna do fighting. Yeah. Hijo del Santo, even though he just lost that last match, we're gonna have him. What am I trying to say here? Even though he just lost that last match, he's backstage. He's not gonna just sit there and watch Pedro Gao Jr. destroy a plaque and a trophy honoring his dad. So yeah, he's gonna run out there and get in Pedro Gao Jr.'s face, and Pedro Gao Jr. is gonna attack him, and they're gonna start fighting. Yeah, we're gonna have Casas working the crowd. Maybe he's trying to break it up. Should we send LA Park out there too? Yeah, let's have LA Park there, but just in the background. We're gonna do a third. This is a crazy angle. We're doing a third part storyline, I guess. I don't know. Just copy everybody, so I don't have to keep putting them in. How should we do this? I'll have this be one. We're gonna send out Hector Garza, Mr. Aguilar, and Nicho once again. I hope we're not overusing them on the show now. To attack Santo. Asas. LA Park. Everybody's getting jumped. Or would it be better to just have everybody fighting, actually? Let's do that. Changed my mind. Everybody is fighting. Maybe. Here, let's do this. Delete this. We're just gonna skip this second part and just have everybody be here. So it's just gonna be a bigger part where everyone is fighting. We're gonna have 3 minutes. Finally, 2 minutes. Pedro Gao Jr. gets back on the mic. Oh yeah, he gets back on the mic and just cuts another promo on them, basically. As there's chaos going on, and there's security out there trying to break everything up. Just gonna go ahead and make everybody background players again. Let's go to my slam. Don't fuck. All right, I guess that's it. That's it for the show. I mean, all right, let's be super transparent here. I was going back and forth on whether or not Peroba Jr. should announce the Perros del Mal as a stable here, but I think we're gonna save that for maybe we can just do that on Televisa, because you know this is literally the first time we're having these guys interact, so it would seem super rush for them to immediately form a group, but like you know we can tease it and build up to it. But yeah, that's definitely where we're going with this. If you predicted that I'm just doing the Pero del Mal angle, you are right. I'm just stealing what CMLL did. All right, let's take a final look over the show here and see if we're missing anything. I mean, obviously we're missing that entire match that I couldn't book because I didn't bring the people in. How about we do this? Whatever. We're gonna give him a promo, and we're gonna have Nicho Millonario also be there. God, it's gonna say we're overusing everybody. Actually, let's make this up. Maybe Nicho Millonario could show up and be like, "Hey, you know, what's up, my guys? You know, how's it been? Yeah, you guys have a match tonight. I hope you win. I was supposed to wrestle tonight, but you know, the guys we were supposed to wrestle aren't even here." They announce it like that. Just yeah, you know, we were supposed to have this match, and turns out they didn't get on the flight. All right. Oh yeah, definitely do so off screen. LA Park. Hey, I think this is it. Yeah. Oh well, actually, let's book that pre-show match I had in mind, which I don't even remember who was in that. Right, so we've got El Pantera, Ricky Marvin, Starman, and Ramstein taking on. Who are they wrestling? James Gibson, Zumbito, Arcángel de la Muerte, and Sangre Azteca. And you know what? I feel a little bad about this because I want to put the Rudos over, but then I feel bad I feel like El Pantera is always losing, and I kind of put some time into building up Ricky Marvin, and he's been losing a lot lately. But I feel like these guys lose way more. So we're gonna have Ramstein turn and cost them the match, I guess. And let's put over James Gibson. We're gonna have Ramstein turn on El Pantera. Oh wait, no, Ramstein is turning on El Pantera. Oh yeah, so he's turning heel on the pre-show. All right, yeah, so I think that's going to finally do it. This is our oh wow, we got 85%. Didn't even do that on purpose, but we were right on the nose. I'm not gonna read all the matches again just because there's so many, but let's see if there's anybody important we forgot. I mean, yeah, I guess other than Damien 666 on Halloween, most of like the people we would want to book are on the show. I'm sorry to all these people left off the show, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. And should we give LA Park a bonus now? Yeah, he's annoyed already. Wow, why is he annoyed? Why he's annoyed at he doesn't like one of the chief enforcers. I swear, I'm about to just not have chief enforcers. I feel because the game does this thing where people will be annoyed at the chief enforcer, but it won't tell you who. It won't tell you who specifically. So then it's like, okay, like who's the problem? Here, will 15 grand satisfy LA Park, please? He's happy. Cool. Thank you. All right, just lose the goddamn match. What about Santo? Santo's happy. Thank you. All right. Without farther ado, it feels like it took us, I don't know, it took us a long time to book this, but this is our Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view. Yeah, AAA's last pay-per-view got a 71. It's not enough if we get like a 72. I'm trying to get like an 80, an 81. I want to put them in the dirt. I want to put them 6 feet under. So can we do it? I hope so. Let's see. All right, 4v4 pre-show match gets a 55. James Gibson picks up the win for the Rudo team after Ramstein turns on his own team. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. So Ramstein turned heel on El Bandera, but then James Gibson submitted Ramstein. Oh man, that's so sick. He did not care about his heel turn. He was just like, all right, man, whatever, and submitted him. All right, cool. All right, on to the actual show. That was that was a nice little appetizer. All right, tag team tech masterclass action. The legendary El Connect and Mascara Sagrada. Unfortunately lose to El Dandy and Fuerza Guerrera when El Dandy pinned Mascara Sagrada with a handful of tights. Gets a 66, pretty decent for a tech masterclass, pretty decent. Nice little start to the show. Was supposed to be El Dandy, El Connect one-on-one, but yeah. El Connect was not having that shit. All right, 8-man Cibernético de Apuestas. We've got Los Delincuentes Japoneses, Nozawa, Big T, Mazada, and Minoru going against Grand Hamada, Super Delphin, the Great Sasuke, and Olympico. This is a storyline we've had going on for a while now, but unfortunately, most of these guys are not over. So, 52 is about right. It's about right. But does it say anything about Minoru Nozawa getting his head shaved? It does not. Oh wait, yeah, it says it. Yeah. So yeah, because it was an apuestas match, the final person eliminated would have their head shaved or their mask removed, which is crazy to think about. That these guys had their mask on the line in this match. But yeah, so Nozawa had his head shaved. All right, 3v3 lucha, steal the show action. We've got Los Invernales, Avierno, Mephisto, and Super Crazy taking on Místico, Volador Jr., and Virus. And the Technicos get the win here when Virus surprised, or I was going to say surprised everyone, but not surprised everyone, but kind of pulled off a little bit of an upset win over Mephisto for fast roll-up. So yeah, the super lightweight champion got a win over the welterweight champion. What can this mean? Oh, Místico got a 53. Hey, it's good for Místico. He's getting there slowly but surely. All right, 5v5 action. We've got Atlantis, Felino, Blue Panther, Lance Storm, and Vampiro on the technical side, taking on Ultimo Guerrero, Rey Bucanero, Tarzan Boy, Pereoff Jr., and Damien Altadible on the Rudo side. And the Rudos went over when Ultimo Guerrero submitted Lance Storm. Wow, what a win. Damn. Shout out to Ultimo Guerrero. He's never fucking around. Always all business. But yeah, we put over the Rudos because, yeah, we had them lose on the last show. Yeah, solid match. Rey Bucanero and Ultimo Guerrero kind of carried, but Blue Panther and Lance Storm also did good, as did Felino. Any other notes down here? Oh, Tarzan Boy and Pereoff are off their game. All right. All right, the backstage segment with Hector Garza, Mr. Aguila, and Nicho Emiliano gets a 69 LOL. All right, good job, Hector. Good job getting specifically a 69. You're a funny guy. All right, the middleweight title, or the CMLL middleweight title on the line. Emilio Charles Jr. finally defeated after his historic 1,223-day reign by Ultimo Dragon, the legendary Ultimo Dragon. The match only got a 70, but hey, you know, Ultimo Dragon carried Emilio Charles to a 70, so you know that's good work on Ultimo Dragon's part. Congratulations, Ultimo Dragon. All right, one more time, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Ultimo Dragon. All right. All right, and yeah, we head backstage and we see a championship celebration. Ultimo Dragon congratulated by his good friend, Great Sasuke. You know, Jushin Liger probably would have been here if he was on the show. Just saying. All right, and our next match, the CMLL Heavyweight Championship was on the line. Mr. Nibla defending against Dr. Wagner Jr. And Dr. Wagner Jr. uses underhanded tactics to win the title. And the match gets a 76. Wow, really good. Yeah, I mean, Wagner, yeah, he's our best guy. Of course, we want the title on him. I'm glad we finally made it happen. All right, then once again, we have a championship celebration backstage. We've got Wagner Jr. and the entire Dinamita family celebrating his win. I imagine they're popping bottles back there, you know. They're doing the, you know, that thing where they like all huddle up kind of in a circle and jump up and down while like spinning. I feel like it's like a soccer celebration, but they do that a lot in CMLL. So yeah, they're doing that. The soccer celebration. Or I'm sorry, football. All right, promo from Pedro Gal Jr. It's a 61. Oh, Storyline lost heat. Oh no. All right, and in our co-main events, shocking upsets. Hector Garza and Mr. Aguila get the win over Hijo del Santo and LA Park when Nicho Emiliano provided a distraction. Oh, and Hector Garza used a foreign object, so they were just cheating left and right here. The match got an 81. potentially the best match we've ever booked. I have to actually go check that. But yeah, really good. Definitely one of the best matches we've ever booked. Santo was up. Santo was sandbagging because he was upset that he was losing, and he was still better than everyone in the match. That's awesome. Right after the match, we've got a segment with Santo kind of disputing the results. It's a 62. All right, up next is our main event. This is the big one, guys. This is important. Let's see. Oh, whoops. I forgot about this. Negro Casas promo 68. All right, get out of here, old man. It's time for the main event. 79. Okay, not as good as the last match, but really good. Yeah. And Pero Jr. wins the Leyenda de Plata tournament, eliminating his old mentor Negro Casas as the final elimination to win the match. I can't speak right now. I'm too excited. Yeah, really good match there. It's too bad we had literally no creative finishes to use on this card, because some of these matches, you know, were good, but this could have been like 80 something, 84, if we had a creative finish. All right, and all hell breaks loose after Pedro Jr. Destroys the Leyenda de Plata trophy. Guys are fighting. Pero Jr. is talking. It's his time now. 75. The show closes with just complete chaos. Oh, a 79. We were so close to an 80. All right, well, you know what? I'm still excited. This was still a really good show. We blew AAA out the fucking water. Hello. Let's address the locker room. All right, let's talk to Hector Garza. We're gonna say praise for a great performance. Mr. Aguilar, since they're just making their debut, praise for a great performance. Where is it? Here we go. And we're gonna give a shout out to Nozawa. Or actually, no, we're gonna point LA Park as a good example for putting over these guys when he definitely did not want to. I was gonna point to Nozawa as a good example, but he didn't actually argue against losing his hair. He was kind of cool with it the whole time. All right, made 500 grand. Yeah, it's good for us. I would have to go back and see what other shows made money, but I feel like that's a lot for us. All right, and we gained popularity in Noreste, Centro, y Occidente. Not the other places, though. Interesting. Oh boy, it's time for the scrum. All right, word is that Negro Casas has become a mentor to Maximo. Is this a good combination in your eyes? What a shitty question to start the scrum with. I'm just gonna say I think Maximo will definitely benefit. Super Varinas week 4. That should say Leyenda de Plata. Was a complete success. How do you feel? It was a huge success. The whole roster should be very proud. Ultimo Dragon having won the CMLL World Middleweight title tonight. Is this the start of a big push for him? I don't want to upset anybody and say we're gonna give him a big push, so I'm just gonna go with a neutral option and say he deserves the opportunity to get a run as champion. I don't know if you've noticed, but you have a grand total of 1 big star under the age of 30. Do you not feel that this reflects badly on you? This appears to be an example of short-term booking and leave CMLL without a clear succession plan. All right, well, first of all, who are you, man? Who are you to be asking me this question? Who the hell are you? I feel like this is the answer I want to go with. The plan is to push some current younger wrestlers hard because that is what we're doing for some people. Like we're pushing Místico, Volador Jr., Ferrogao Jr. Yeah, we're gonna say this. Oh no. Oh no. So our older stars are a little like annoyed at this response, but Nozawa is like, hey, he might be talking about me. Oh yeah, don't worry guys. I'm not gonna have Místico suddenly beat LA Varg in a one-on-one. Dude, again with the age question, what is your deal? Are you concerned that the average age of the big stars in CMLL is 36 years old? Look, man. Look, if they can still go and they're in good shape and they're keeping themselves healthy, our locker room is full of top tier athletes, top level luchadors, the best in the world. Don't worry about them being 36 years old. They can go until they're 46 years old if they want to. These are real athletes. Shut your goddamn mouth, interviewer. 36 isn't particularly old. Fuck you. What kind of question is that? We saw Nozawa lose there tonight. Are you surprised that he agreed to do it? No, he's a total pro. He's a cool dude. He'll probably get some cool design shaved into his head or dye his hair or something. You know, he's punk rock like that. I think he'll be fine. All right, that was a pleasant scrum. Matt Morgan. Man, what a blast from the past. Oh yeah, so the pay-per-view was a huge success. I'm glad we gained some popularity. Let's go ahead and take a look actually. We're still just ahead of them. I wonder what it would take for us to surpass TNA. Got 66, 65. I believe we're up to like 69s and 67s. Yeah, 69, 67. All right, so we're more popular than AAA. We are beating them in the popularity battle, but I wanna have some more separation between us. So we've still got work to do. You know, maybe someday we'll even get ahead of TNA. Mary Apache gone from Neo. Okay. Oh no. Why does everybody not like Zumbito? Like, come on. He broke Místico's nose one time and everybody's like, this guy's unsafe. But his name's so fun to say. The great Sasuke telling us to push Místico. My guy, have you been watching the shows? Right. So yeah, the pay-per-view got a 79. What a success. Let's see, what was the last one? Oh, the last one got a 78. All right, so we were only 1 point higher, but I'm still pleased with that. It was still good, you know. We're moving in a positive direction. So yeah, that's all we can hope to have going for us. Take a look here. Hector Garza's star, Nicho Millonario, of course. Pedro Jr.'s, I believe he was already a star. Let's see, did he gain any pop from winning the Leyenda de Plata? I hope he did. Oh, he did. Hell yeah. All right. LA Park lost popularity. Oh, he's mad. Hector Garza, he gained some. What about Santo? Oh, Santo lost some pop. Oh, that's not good. We may have made. I mean, it's not a mistake. It's just, look, man. Sometimes you got to put people over, right? Let's look at Wagner Jr. He's the heavyweight champion now. Oh, he probably, maybe he gained. What about Ultimo? Oh, he's same. Well, all right, yeah. That was the Leyenda de Plata pay-per-view. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to do before we go here. Because to tell you guys the truth, I have nothing pre-booked beyond this point. But we're heading into not the next month, but kind of the next pay-per-view cycle. So yeah, we've got some exciting stuff going on. Pero wow, Junior is Perrito no longer. He's a big dog. So yeah, that's going on. Hector Garza and Mr. Aguila won their debut, and they're already wreaking havoc, as is Nitro Millonario. Wagner Jr. and Ultimo Guerrero are champions now. So, there's a lot of ways things can go. So yeah, exciting times coming. Oh yeah, we'll definitely look more into the idea of buying All Japan Women's Wrestling. But, I don't really want to mess around with that right now. Oh, before we go, actually, let's borrow these guys so we can book them. I'm glad I looked at that because I will definitely forget. So yeah, we're going to borrow these guys. Hello? Oh, okay. I was clicking it and it wasn't working.
This is a stupid dope mix.
All right, cool. So this may be like the main event potentially of the next Televisa we book. Oh yeah, let me just write here. I believe that's her abbreviation. AJW. Yeah, AJW. All right, yeah. So we're gonna definitely look into this because they've got a little bit of pop in Japan, and they've got some deals that we could work with. So yeah, if we could start gaining popularity in Japan, that would be awesome. We book a lot of Japanese guys. We've got a deal with New Japan. I think it would definitely be beneficial for us. So yeah, but I'm probably gonna do that off screen. And so with that being said, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody in the chat who wrote nice messages. Thank you guys a lot. I'm glad to be here with you on this beautiful Saturday. And if you're watching on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, maybe. No pressure. Yeah, and tomorrow I'm going to be doing my AEW stream. We're going to be running full gear. So yeah, this is a double pay-per-view weekend here for us. It's a big time. Big things happening. But yeah, so I hope to see you guys there. And yeah, I guess that's everything I gotta say. That's gonna do it for this episode. Again, I feel like I've said this 10 million times. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Hijo del Amigo. Take it easy, everybody. See you next time.